Hello, Tai and friends. It's me, Daniel, again, and in today's Tai Tip, I would like to talk to you about reconciliation. Now, reconciliation of what? Well, reconciliation of the ideas, seeming opposing ideas that you and Klaff had in your millionaire mentor talk that I just watched not too long ago. And I've got to say, I believe that your mentor, Joel Salatin, is an awesome guy. I believe that that mentor interview was a great one. But this one with Klaff, I think, was excellent. I really like this one. I really think that this is probably my favorite so far. But in it, there seemed to be a conflict with an ideology that each of you seem to have. Now, the conflict that I'm talking about is the idea that Klaff has that when you have a great pitch, you don't need to change it. And in your talk on the 4 business energy types, when we were talking about the PASE system, you specifically were talking about how we can change our pitch or our selling points based on the personality profile of the person that we're talking to, whether they are a practical, action, social, or emotional personality type. And it seemed that you were trying to steer him towards saying, hey, do you seem to change your pitch based on the person that you're talking to? And he was emphatically no. He said, if you have a great pitch, it's a great pitch no matter who you're talking to. If Aerosmith performs, which they're going to be performing here tomorrow, it's going to be pretty cool. If Aerosmith performs, they perform the same set no matter what they perform. And so there seems to be a slight tension, slight struggle there, and I think that could leave the watcher a little confused. And what I want to do is kind of offer a suggestion of reconciliation for that. Here's what I see. I see that Klaff might have been a little off on what he was saying about not changing your pitch to the person that you're selling to, investor, in his case, usually, it seems. Because in his book, Pitch Anything, he talks about frames and frame control. And it's not necessarily changing your frame to the person per se, but it's changing your frame to what frame the other person is offering to the situation, and then gaining frame control over that, colliding with that frame, and then dominating it so that your frame is the frame that is in control, and your frame is the frame that everyone sees through, as well as, you know, taking celebrity status by the frame control and by the perspective that you bring, by the perspective that you show, the lens that you show the deal in. So he was a little bit off, in my opinion, about not changing the pitch, because you do change it. The pitch is dynamic a little bit based on what frames you're going to decide to use to control the pitch, what frames the investors bring to the table, as well as what frames you're going to decide to bring to the table. Now, I don't necessarily think that that conflicts with what you were talking about in the PASE system. I believe that they're complementary. Because he talks about different things in the pitch where the PASE system can also be used inside of it. For example, he talks about introducing the big idea. Now, when you introduce the big idea, that could have have the PASE system used in that. You could talk to S or E energy types when talking about the big idea. For example, when talking about the big idea, it would appeal to the E energy type when you're talking about saving the world, about this world-changing idea that's going to revolutionize the genre and the industry. And that would appeal to the E's, the world-changing, the all-encompassing, want global change and global effect. Or you could appeal to S's. Everybody's going to be using this. This is going to change the way people interact with this media in this industry. And you're going to use it. Your friends are going to use it. Everybody is going to be using this platform. This is the future. And then that could appeal to S's. So in that sense, the PASE system could be used in conjunction with Oren Klaff's Pitch Anything sales system. And then when you move on to talking about the budget and your competition, that might appeal more to P's and A's. Because when talking about the budget, he talks about not necessarily giving the exact budget, but he talks about how you can showcase your talent in developing a budget and in managing a budget. And if you lay that out really strong, that'll appeal to the P energy. The practical person would look at that and say, he knows how to balance a budget. Oren Klaff said that this is something that's very difficult for even high-level managers and CEOs to do. And so a practical person would say, this guy knows how to manage and budget. He understands the meaning of a budget. This appeals to me. So you can, if somebody that is being introduced to or that you're pitching to is a strong practical energy, maybe it might be a good idea to hammer that home and be really diligent in showcasing your talent to manage a budget, and as well as showing your competition, showing that you understand your competition, how you're going to dominate your competition. One, that might be a way to showcase that might be a way to talk to an action person. You can say, the time is now. The time is now to take the market so that we are entrenched in our competition. We'll have no chance. If we hit this thing hard and with speed, with this amount of capital and resources, our competition will have no chance. We will have entrenched ourselves with a deep moat. And that could appeal to an action person who's like, yes, now is the time to go. So it's not necessarily conflicting. It's reconciling the ideas that, yes, you do the same pitch generally, the same dynamic pitch, and you can implement the PASE system into that dynamic pitch, which would seemingly make it an awesome pitch. So that's my suggestion, is that we reconcile those two ideas, merge them together, marry them, synergize, as the author said in the Stephen Covey said in the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Synergize the 6th step. I love that book. I'm loving all your books that you're recommending. This is an awesome experience, awesome journey. I can't wait for all the fruits to be shown through it. So that's my suggestion, reconciling those two ideas. What I would like to do is also use your suggestion of using a 3-to-1 reciprocal dynamic. For every 3 suggestions or ideas that I offer, I would like to ask for 1 action from you. And My one action for this 6th suggestion and idea is that I receive the persuasion system. I've already completed 67 steps, and I'm already in your 67-day money and 67-day entrepreneur program, as well as the Millionaire Mentor. And I have the blue belt stuff, as you saw from me watching your video on the 4 business energy types. Awesome talk. 25 cognitive biases. Awesome talk. I'm glad that you redid that. You missed a couple, but we'll talk about that later. But that's what I would like to request. I would like to request a persuasion system. And regardless of whether or not that comes, I'm still going to keep these coming. So until next time, thank you.